pretty, witty, girly, whirly, one who likes to party but come home early.
Hi everyone. Alright, so MsMalcolmHughes here doing a quick book review. This was the book that I was reading in July, one of them. This is the third one. We were reading Bone. The princess saves herself in this one, and then the final book was Juliet Takes a Breath, and this one was saved for last because this is the one I was using for the Queer Women of Color Summer Book Club that happened today. It was awesome. Really great, robust discussion about the book. And based on that discussion, I'll use it to guide our conversation today. So the book was really good. As you all know, if you've been watching and following, I am a fan of Gabby Rivera. However, one thing we talked about is if you read the preface is profound. I will not read it all here, but the preface really calls to question a lot of different things. It calls to question allyship. It calls to question feminism. It calls to question coming out to your family and what that process is like and holding that within yourself. It also calls to question community and how you engage with your community, how it impacts you, how you navigate throughout your community and what it all means. And then also who we hold to esteem, right? So all of that was just from the preface of the book, right? And that kind of sets you up for everything that Juliet will then go on and experience. So Juliet is really this young, queer identified, well, not at the time, she doesn't really know, she's figuring it out. She's 19, Latina, from the Bronx, trying to figure herself out. She knows that she has a girlfriend. She knows that she likes women. She knows and feels that that is who she is. Like, she doesn't have a terminology for it. That's a part of what she's trying to figure out, and it's a part of the journey that we get to go on with her. So in the very beginning, the preface of the book, we have Juliet writing a letter to her favorite author, Harlow Brisbane, who happens to have written a book called Raging Flower, Empowering Your Pussy by Empowering Your Mind. And this book has totally changed her life. This book has made her question her role in the world, her sexuality, how she takes up space, ownership of her body. It has caused her to question her sexuality and holding on to that. And she just wants to be a force now because of this book. So she writes to her favorite author, telling her all the ways that the book has impacted her, and that she would love to be her intern, her writing assistant, whatever she will allow her to be, just take her. The author actually responds. We find all this out because Juliet is going to go to Portland, Oregon. And in preparation for her trip, she's decided she's going to come out to her family. Listen, best escape plan. That came up today during the book discussion. Best escape plan. Look, if you're going to come out, everyone's together, you're saying goodbye, and guess what? You are peacing out of here. So I don't want to give too many details away. That happens. Juliet gets to Portland and she meets her author and they click. They're vibing. Juliet is learning so many lessons. She's learning about auras and how to take care of herself during her menstrual and meeting individuals, and she's learning about veganism, and she's learning about LGBTQ world. She's learning what does it mean to be in it. She's seeing how different people navigate. She's learning about polyamory and relationships. She's learning about so much in Portland, and all of it is impacting herself. She also goes through a breakup. So much happens to Juliet in Portland, which is important because what we discussed is usually it takes people months, years to learn all of what happened to Juliet within a 6-week span. So it's kind of frightening, but amazing. So all of this happens, and then you have what I have labeled the incident / the betrayal. So Juliet has a couple of roles while she is in Portland. She is there on an internship. She's receiving college credit. So she is helping her author, her favorite writer, to write her next book, which is going to be around powerful women. So that's one part of her internship, to go on the scavenger hunt to identify these women that are written on scraps of paper or in notebooks or just wherever that Harlow has like written them. Like she'll read a name of a powerful woman and she'll just like jot it down quickly. So Juliet has all of these scraps of paper and she is trying to figure it out. The second part of her internship is to help Harlow prepare for her book reading at a local bookshop, and it's a really big deal. So that's the second part. This becomes a significant part because at this book reading, listen, the betrayal of all betrayals and issues with white allies and it just all came through there. So I just want to like note this by saying that all of what Juliet has told Harlow Brisbane about her experience comes from this letter we read in the preface. Nothing else was noted, right? So at this reading, someone kind of calls Harlow out on her shit. And the individual who calls her out is significant, but I won't go into that because you have to read the book. So she calls her out and says that you've written this book and it's about feminism and white women. Do you think that adding on at the end a little bit about people of color and trans individuals, do you think that that will get everyone to rally behind your brand of feminism? And what Harlow does to protect her ego and to justify her cause, she throws Juliet under so many buses. Listen. So, in response to her question, I just want to read to you what she has said. I'm going to take the portion that's most applicable here. And what she says is this. Not necessarily, but some will and do. I mean, I know someone right now sitting in this room who is a testament to this. Someone who isn't white, who grew up in the ghetto, dodging bullets and crackheads. Someone who is lesbian and Latina and fought for her whole life to make it out of the Bronx alive and to get an education. She grew up in poverty and without any privilege. No support from her family, especially after coming out. And that person is here today. That person is Juliet Milagros Palante, my assistant and friend who came all the way from the Bronx to be here with me and to learn how to be a better feminist. And all of that is because of Raging Flower. Because anyone can see themselves in that work. Juliet is the proof. Juliet, can you stand up for everyone, please? Bit what? Like, I had one of the attendees read that portion aloud, and literally we could not make it through straight face. We just laughed because the insanity, the audacity, like how dare you take her experience, one, filter it through your lens and put just identifying markers on it that just are not true. This is not what she told you. Even at one point during that experience, like Juliet's like, everyone is looking around for this like poor Latina girl who Harlow has described, and she's looking around for her too, because you can't be talking about me. That's not my experience. It's definitely not what I told you. Is this what you have like shrinked my entire experience down to? So that is just like a key part of this book. And I won't get into it. Hopefully my reading that alone has told you how freaking problematic that is. But it's just the questioning that Gabby does in this book is just like amazing, and it really caused you to grapple with some things. After that, Juliet actually goes to Miami with her badass cousin Ava, who is like, hey boo, amazing, kick ass, here owning her own like womanhood and who she wants to be, owning her own queerness, and just like introduces Juliet to a world that she previously had not like been able and didn't have access to, like this world of like brown individuals who are queer identifying and who are not here to like subject her to their idea of who she is and are welcoming and all inclusive. And it was just like amazing in what she needed. There is a love story in here somewhere, and it's a beautiful one. But what is so dynamic about this book is well written, simple but simple language. However, the way that it is written in such a way that a lot of knowledge is dropped. I also stopped shopping at Banana Republic because of this book. Won't even tell you why. Just read it and then research for yourself. But no, it just causes you to grapple with so much, just that coming of age story, and having been queer and come out, well, of being queer and having come out so young, and just having this story, it's just really amazing to read. And I wish that more people knew about it. I think that Gabby Rivera has done a great job, because initially, like, the first 2/3 of the book, I was very upset because it really seemed as if she was idealizing, fetishizing, and obsessing over, like, white women, and it was just like, however, she's done an amazing job of building that up and then ripping it apart and causing you to question and ask and just delve into the deeper issues and, like, really reflect on who we are, why we are who we are, how we got here, what does it mean, how do we then take ownership of our space, our bodies, our time, our love, how we choose to be loved. And it's just so well done. It's a quick read. It flowed well. I still think that the most beautiful part is the preface, but that doesn't mean you should read the entire book. I would definitely give it a solid I'd give it a solid A. No plus, no minus, but it is an A. I was contemplating between an A and a B, but I think it's really good, so I'm gonna give it an A, but no plus, no minus. So yeah, I think everyone should check it out. And if you do read it, please let me know like your thoughts on it, because I think it's amazing. What I'm currently reading for the month of August, that video is up, so I will leave it in the description box below. But I hope that you join. I'm also doing a book giveaway and a button giveaway this month for the first time, so watch my current read video for that. And until next time, I love hard, go hard. Thanks for watching, y'all.
You had to change up the game.